remember what the segment's called, but
he's having
Here you go. What were you going to say? What sort of year was it, Em?
Apparently your reply was, mate, do you know who I am? Em had a sip of that stupid water bottle for the 6th week in a row.
Oh, maybe yeah, with a straight face. Can crack a smile.
All right, Em, we're back for another episode of Better Down Back after a week off. We're back with one of the, I'm actually really excited for this one. It's one of the more unassuming guests and players on our list, but low-key, very funny, very intelligent man, and a very good footballer. So.
I agree. Also, was actually trying to get a word in there because I could see your mouth not stop moving. But this guest is actually really nervous to be on. So I thought we'd actually point that out, you know, just an icebreaker at the beginning. But I'm actually pumped and I think he's going to be unreal.
Yeah, and that guest is Oscar McDonald, guys, and nicknamed Porter for us. Can you talk us through Porter? And secondly, how are you feeling?
Yeah, pleasure to be on here, yeah. When I was asked to come on, I was very, very reluctant to do it, but we're here, and it'll be good fun. Porter, it's such a bad story. I hate telling it because there's like nothing to it. It was an inside joke with a former Freo player, Viv Mitchie, at Melbourne, former club of mine, and it was an inside joke that turned into a public name. I don't know how, and I don't know why, and it's such a bad story, so it's a rough start to go on.
Right.
Are we going to hear the story or not?
All right, there was a guy called Mark Porter who was a finance guru for the AFLPA, came in to do a presentation. He was introduced as Big Mark Porter House, and me and Viv would just sit next to each other and bump to each other and we're going, Porter. And that's it. That is it. That's the story. So
That's great.
Yeah.
Hence why I don't love telling it, because there's no real punchline to it.
But then now it's like everyone just calls you Porter, or
Well, everyone calls me Porter, and then
but no one knows where it's come from.
yeah, pretty much. And they ask me, and I'm like, and the funny thing is that my brother Tom, he's got 3 kids now. The second one, Leo McDonald, is actually Leo Porter McDonald.
No
I said,
way.
you probably could have just used my actual name, but anyway.
That's fantastic, though. Okay, so it's stuck. There we go.
Yeah.
Do you actually call OMac Porter? Because I call him OMac.
No, everyone calls him Porter.
Okay, well,
Porter.
not the girls.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Girls are boring.
moving on. And we're not going to touch on the game just yet. We're going to go straight into our first segment, which is our anchors in action.
Hey, put on your Superman coats. It's Wolfie time. Let's go.
Now, OMac, you've been sitting here for a while with Jordan. I hope he's explained this segment to you.
He said there was a couple of segments, but I don't know what this one is. So.
Okay.
Curveball or not?
No, easy one. So this one is just highlighting an unsung hero around the club. It can be a staff member, a player, anyone involved in the program, whoever you choose. If you don't have one straight away, I'm going to throw to Jord.
No, I've got 2.
Oh, great.
In the same department. I'll say Brad Keller and Jacko Dennis.
Love it.
Brad Keller does the,
Thank
just
you.
clarifying. He does the
I've
GPS
got the
sports
initials.
science side of it.
Yep.
And Jacko is sort of the head strength and conditioning guy.
Yep.
Do a power of work behind the scenes. No one really know them, but obviously, and I think we're performing well in fourth quarters. They sort of head that up with Phil Merriman and do a power of work, and they're fantastic. And if they do listen to this, then they can probably give me a chop out in training in the next couple of weeks as well.
Great. That's
Tactical
why.
move.
Yeah,
Always
like it.
another agenda somewhere.
That's
in
it.
there.
Well, you are a smart man, OMac, which we will touch on later.
So you don't appreciate him, but you will. In the week, so
No, don't let that override that. I do really appreciate their work, and they do a lot of work behind the scenes.
It's great. Love it.
My
Jord?
turn. Well, he actually mentioned mine, Phil Merriman for me. I just think, look at injury lists around the league. Obviously, there's more than what Phil they're involved than just Phil, but Phil runs majority of the program, as the head honcho there. And I look at our injury list and it's pretty good. And, the boys all playing good footy. Like Porter said, fourth quarters, we're running our games really well. At this point of the year, that's really important. So, I think his management of players and relationships with particular players is really good. And, it'd be a stressful job when it's not going well for you, but he's doing it well and probably still is a stressful job as well.
Yeah,
so.
I know. So Phil is head of medical, but he's not
medical,
actually...
he's S&C, isn't he, Porter?
High performance,
High
I'd
performance,
say.
that's the word I was looking for.
But he doesn't really do any of the, hands-on groundwork, right? Like, he's just managing the team.
He still does get out and about and have hands on, and that gets out on the track with the boys in the gym. He's always around. Office is always open to walk in and have a chat and see where you're at and all that sort of thing. So, no, I personally have a really good relationship with Phil.
Amazing. That's great. And I guess mine is linked into the medical world as well. Our two doctors, Maya and Colin, they both have little babies and they manage to do their jobs outside of footy, which as in clinic as sports doctors as well as at the club, and they just kind of work in tandem with our girls program, and they're both incredible human beings. Colin's the type of guy that will just check in, like, doesn't matter if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, you're trying to respect their boundaries, but they're checking in with you to make sure you're going okay. Maya is actually like an elite runner as well, so she was, I think it was like 6 months pregnant and running 10Ks in 4 minutes 30 pace, so she's an absolute superstar, and she rode for Australia as well, so the fact that they're trying to balance things outside of footy and manage to do their job very well is incredible. So
she sounds like an
Done.
overachiever. Wow.
Yeah, probably
she
something
just
that
nails everything.
There's no chance I'm going to be running when I'm pregnant. So well done, Maya. You're actually sensational.
There's no chance I'm running post-footy.
Yeah.
I'm
I
done.
thought you were going down that lane as well.
Yeah.
Post-footy,
And
mate.
that post-footy, no running.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get into the Pies game. Felt like a lifetime ago because it's sort of late in the week now and we're focused on another game. But we'll go a little brief recap, Porter. Important win. How did it feel out there in the middle?
Unbelievable. I don't know what the crowd was, but it felt, I'm assuming about 70,000. It's just MCG, Collingwood, like we prepare for hostile environment, Magpie Army, but when you get out there, it is something different. It's a different beast, and I thought we handled the occasion really well. I mean, we just hung in there for 3 quarters, and eventually the tide turned, and which we knew it was going to take a 4-quarter game, but it's just a thrill being out there. It's such an experience.
And a thrill with a 1-point win.
Yep.
Let's talk about the last couple of minutes of the game. Like, the desperation just watching on looked sensational, but how did it feel being out there in such a close game?
Yeah, it's actually funny. I was talking to someone about this the other day. It actually might have been the moment where your brother went back with a flight in front of me and we, like, slammed into each other. And the way I could describe the last few minutes was like...
Is that a dig, though? Is that
No, that's like... No, that was seriously courageous. But, like, it was one of those moments where it knocked the absolute wind out of me. Like, but you just get up and carry
Go
on
again.
because it doesn't hurt. The adrenaline's flowing that hard. Like...
I mean, you're both not the biggest of bodies, so should have been.
No, thanks, Sam.
This is what kind of podcast it is.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. But no,
it is, and it's a bit. We were talking about it. Sometimes it can be a bit of a blur post the game. You're sort of like just in the moment, in the zone, trying to get things done, and then you watch a vision. You're like, oh, that happened. Or
You
that
like develop
happened,
amnesia because it's all just happening so fast.
Yeah.
I don't even really remember being 22 points down at the start of the fourth. I sort of remember feeling, oh, here we go. They won the first 3 clearances out of the middle, and I thought, we're in big trouble here.
No, it's actually wild, and obviously just relentless, which I think I love, which is probably one of the messages going into the game for you boys as well. So absolutely love that. And then I guess just 1-point win, but let's talk about where most of the goals came from for the game. And this man is going to absolutely love the pump up because people have been talking about him all week. But Paddy Voss kicked 6 goals, and I've actually got a story behind this. So my mother, Michelle, she was there on the weekend with all the parents that were like Melbourne parents, I suppose, and Paddy Voss's parents were there, and his first shot of the day, he obviously missed, right?
Hit the post.
Yep. Apparently his mum just was covering her eyes the whole day when he got the ball. Was like, he's going to, he's not going to do well. I'm nervous. And apparently every single time then he kicked another goal, she'd just look at my mum, and my mum's like pointing at her going, you got to back him in. Like, stop shutting your eyes.
She's missed half the game. Hell.
Thanks, Mum. Love you. Don't back me in.
That's it.
He's such a great player to play with, though. He's just one of those players. I mean, he kicks 6 goals, so of course he's a great player to play with. But even if he doesn't get the accolades on some of the other games, the energy and the spirit he brings is just something else.
He's high effort. And I'm glad he did get some reward because I got interviewed yesterday and I actually touched a little bit on the sacrifice he's made. Like, he loves a beer and he loves a good time, right? He gives up the piss, works harder than anyone. Yeah, but he works harder than anyone, and he's starting to get the rewards from it. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, love that. No, he is a superstar. Really like watching him play. And what I actually liked as well is, like, he took 2 of the best defenders. Darcy Moore absolutely gave him a bath, and then he had Maynard, and he just still managed to just get through.
Yeah.
It was sensational.
I think, and that's what we sort of love him for, is that his role is actually to go and take more. Moore's one of the best
he is.
defenders in the comp.
Absolutely.
If not the best. And Vossi just took, like when JL would tell him, I'm pretty sure he'd be smiling. And like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do that. Like,
I
he's just
love
one of those
that.
players. And we love him in the team because he's not about himself, not one bit. He often knows he's going to go out and probably won't kick a goal, won't have a shot on goal because he's doing the team stuff.
Yeah,
so.
no, we love that. And I guess just enough about the forwards because this is a Better Down Back podcast. You both played in the back line on the weekend. How was it down there?
Chaotic.
Hectic, yeah.
That third quarter was something else, Em. I'll tell you what. How'd you feel, Porter? You playing on the big boys?
Well, it was funny when we come in at 3/4 time and I look up and there was a stat on the big screen. It was tackles inside forward 50 and I think they were on 35 and we were on 8 or something.
Oh, no.
I thought, yeah, that sums the game up pretty well at the moment. But we just held in there and kept going. But, yeah, it was pressure was high and, they're a pretty tidy team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, glad that you actually just continued to do your job because obviously it paid off in the end.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, we won by a point.
Yeah. I thought you were
stuck out.
singling me out.
No, sorry.
So what?
For once, no. I said, yeah, you're stuck in there.
Get off your case.
And you got the job done.
The other things that I just wanted to mention from the game, there was actually a bit of a Freo chant echoing around the G at one point. I
Maybe
don't know
started
how
from
that
Woolley
came
then.
about, but yeah, it was nice.
How did that even happen? There
sure.
would have been like
Yeah,
10
65
Freo
versus
supporters.
5, yeah. Not sure. Did you see this stat? We've never lost on July 20 in our whole history. Fremantle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
See, just where are these pulled from? See, there's the unsung heroes right there.
Yeah.
These random stats that our media team find.
Someone's got a lot of time on their hands,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
And we're finding these. There's some good ones about you later as well.
Oh, God.
So there we
Yeah.
go. But I reckon that nothing else happened. We're happy with that
Happy with
recap.
that. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Let's move on to the OMac Porter stories because there's some rippers in here. Do you reckon we start with the footy stuff, Jord, or what?
Well, we can go to footy and then come back to some of the personal stuff, or we can get to know him a bit better. It's however you want to do it, Em. You're the boss.
I reckon we go footy and then we roast you.
Righto.
So, OMac, talk us through your footy journey from the very beginning all the way through. You've obviously played at 3 different clubs.
Yep.
So, I guess tell us about that and how you've obviously made your way to the Fremantle Dockers.
Yeah. How far do we go? Are we talking juniors or are we just
Yeah.
talking? Yeah, okay. Well, I grew up in a small country town called Edenhope, which is right on the South Australian-Victorian border. Typical small town, footy, netball, and then we played either tennis or cricket in the summer. So we were a big sporting family. My brother obviously plays at Melbourne still. My sister's netball. They're really good at netball. Mum played netball. Dad played footy. So played sort of juniors through there. And then we all went off to boarding school in Ballarat. Brother and I went to St. Pat's, all boys school. And my sisters went to Clarendon College, co-ed school.
How many of you are there?
Us four.
4.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Tom, Laura, me, then Sasha.
Love it.
And then, played Tuck Cup, similar sort of typical pathway, and got picked up, funnily enough, picked number 53 to Melbourne in 2013. And my brother was picked 53 to Melbourne in 2010. So
There you go. We've got to play
little
on numbers in this
coincidence
podcast
there.
today.
Let's not go.
Do you like my numbers?
Yeah, glad you're here.
And, so spent 6 years at Melbourne, had some good times, had some pretty rough times. But, actually a highlight was, not a highlight, but in 2018 we made the preliminary final against West Coast. That game wasn't a highlight because we were done by about 15 goals and it was over in the first 10 minutes. But, we played a couple of finals at the MCG in front of 90,000 people. So had some good times there and played a lot with my brother. So that reflecting on that, I actually said to someone in hindsight, and everything's great in hindsight, but it would have been good to sort of have those 70 games again nearly, and I probably would have appreciated a little bit more. But so it was delisted from there in 2020. Happy, done with footy, was going to move on, and then ended up doing a SSP training block with Carlton, and got signed up there. Spent 2 years there, had a back injury that most of the time. Had a back, like a fusion L5-S1 in my back. So actually going through your front, there's a fair few complications that can happen with the surgery. So I had that. We tried pretty much everything before that, and this was like a last resort surgery. Had the surgery. I think I was about 12 weeks into my rehab, or about to be the 12-week checkup, and was delisted at the 11-week mark. So I was sort of left to my own devices in terms of the rehab and no real follow-up. So it was actually really good because I'm sort of interested. I went to uni and did a physiology, Bachelor of Science Physiology degree, and so I was like, I could try and implement some of my own things. So when I was delisted, I thought, I still want to play AFL again. So I was like, went full into my rehab, got that right, and then played for Williamstown in the VFL the following year. But yeah, it was a tricky time.
That's insane.
Because normally, you have the AFL is such a good environment you've got all the services and resources and people around you to try and sort of do your rehab, and I'm just sort of just doing it on my own. I was like, I might do this at the gym today, and I'd try and plan out a little block of running. I want to be doing this certain speed by this time. It all worked out all right. I've had no issues with my back since, but yeah, in hindsight, it was actually pretty cool because I took control of my own career and it worked out well.
That is just wild.
Crazy.
And so, in the end, you played 81 games for Melbourne, and then you ended up playing 5 for Carlton.
There you go.
Done
your research.
Well, Brett has.
A fair few subs, I must say.
Yeah, so we're going to get to that. So you then have had 6 so far for Freo, obviously many more to come. But you made your debut against Freo.
Yes.
54-point loss in 2015. Do you remember this day?
I do remember it. It was at Subiaco Oval as well, so different to Optus. But yeah, I remember
Subi Oval.
I remember it being just so long, and we were playing Freo. Yeah, Freo were going pretty well at that stage, I'm pretty sure. And I remember Matthew Pavlich was playing, and I was just sort of looking around. I was like, what's going on here? I was a raw 18-year-old, didn't have a clue sort of what was going on. And that was the second last game of my first year. But yeah, funny how the sort of world works, and here we are playing for Freo. So.
Full circle stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that is bizarre. It's quite crazy. But, you touched on you played with your brother Tom at Melbourne. Was there any fights, heated moments between you two?
We had
sort
one.
Of gang up on
one, and it was at Adelaide Oval against Port Adelaide, and I think I was sort of getting a fair bit ahead of the ball, running on, trying to get a couple of touches, and Tom got burnt, had a couple of goals kicked on him, probably because of that.
Oh, no.
And there was a bit of argy-bargy, I guess, and come in at three-quarter time, and we've just blown up at each other, and I'm pretty much in tears, I'd say, and he was, I don't know about him, he might have been close to it or not, but Jade Rawlings, our backline coach now, was actually coach of us then at the time at Melbourne. So
this is just crazy.
Circle.
What?
Yeah, he just, I remember he took me away from the group, and I can't even remember what he said, but I think I was swearing in a few expletives about Tom, like he's an idiot, doesn't know what he's talking about. We won the game, and it was all sorted after that. But that was the one and only time we ever had a sort of blue on the field. Many blues off the field when we were growing up. But yeah, that was the one on the field.
Oh, my goodness. It's insane. And then I guess so we've obviously talked about your delistment period there, but then you got back on the list at Carlton after playing in the VFL.
No. I went straight from Melbourne to Carlton, but I was done with footy and I just got invited to train.
Sure.
Yeah, so after Carlton, I went to play for Williamstown in the VFL.
Okay, got it.
That was before coming to Freo.
So your time at Carlton, you did mention about this being a sub previously. And this is another really great fact because you played round 1 for the Blues in 2021, the first player to be subbed into a game when the AFL first introduced this rule.
The medical sub, I think it was it? Yeah. I think Jack Silvani hurt his shoulder, and it was a medical sub where you had to have a legitimate injury. I think it got exploited a bit after this, but you had to have a legitimate injury, and the person was predicted to miss the following week or two for you to get subbed on. But yeah, I remember. It was such a whirlwind because I've gone, I'm not playing footy anymore post-Melbourne. And then I was like, SSP. And then all of a sudden I'm playing these practice matches and they're like, oh, you're going to be a sub. And I was like, what the hell? Like I'm playing round 1 against Richmond on a Thursday night. And got subbed on at half-time, played forward because Silvani was a forward. And I kicked a couple of goals. I was like,
that's unreal.
What is life? What is going on right now?
Just Gutler.
I always
So
say
good.
it was I only played a half of footy, so I sort of extrapolate and say I kicked 4 that game because it was 2.5. But
Well, there you go. But that's, again, a great stat, though. A great stat for everyone to know.
yeah, yep, first medical sub.
So then that happened. You then got delisted from Carlton, went back and played Williamstown in the VFL.
Yep.
And now talk us through your journey then to Freo.
Yeah, so played Williamstown. A previous coach at Melbourne was the head coach, Justin Plapp, at Williamstown. So I already kept in contact. We were really good mates and went to there because I sort of wanted the standalone club. I didn't want to be aligned to any AFL club in the VFL because you get a bit more autonomy in what you can do and a bit more club feel. Like it was, Williamstown was literally like, I sort of describe it as like a local club with local fans and supporters, but at a VFL bit higher standard. So it was awesome, functions and presentations after each home game and things like that. And didn't get picked up in the mid-season draft, which I was sort of hoping to do. And then, I thought AFL career's done. I'll still play at Williamstown. And then out of the blue, I got a couple of people message me. Jade Rawlings, now backs coach, and a rehab physio from Carlton messaged me, go, I've had Freo ring me. And I was like, geez, like I haven't talked to him or anything like that. And then within a week, it pretty much all happened. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and here he is, the house, Porthouse.
Made it away, made it across here.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Was there any hesitation wanting to come over here? Obviously, it's a big move from with your partner. And
Nah, Bridget, my partner, was really good. I remember I was sitting in the study and my manager was like, rang me and he goes, how'd the meeting go? And I waffled on for about 20 minutes about how the meeting went. I said, it was really good. Chatted to him, talked about this. And you could just tell, in hindsight, like you could tell he was just begging to say, yeah, well, they want you to come over and sign for 2 years for Freo. So like he could have just butted it in. And then I remember looking at Bridge, get off the phone, looking at Bridge. She goes, yep, I'm coming. Like, yep, that'll be awesome. So she was all in from the start, which is fantastic. It was funny because we just signed a year-long lease. And as we were about to sign it, she goes, are you sure no clubs are interested? I was like, nah, footy's last thing on my mind right now. And so we signed the lease, and then a month later we had to can it and move over here. But we've loved it over here ever since, and the club's fantastic. They welcome both of us, arms open, and I even say, like, I don't know if we're going to get to it with my knee injury or whatnot. I was like, whatever happens, it's been worth it. Like, I got another chance to run out an AFL field, even if it was 2.5 quarters, like, I sort of set myself a goal after being delisted by Carlton. Not dissimilar to Vossi, really. Like, he sort of had that chip on his shoulders. Like, I rehabbed myself, got back, got at least out in the field again. And so I'm pretty sort of grateful for whatever happens from here.
But no, you stayed on the list, and after your knee injury in 2024, and then you were obviously to come back in round 6 this season against Melbourne.
Yeah.
That's
Against
unbelievable, OMac.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe. I was like, I think I might be a chance to play this weekend. And I was like, it's Melbourne. Tom's playing.
So
he was
good.
playing. I was actually playing forward at the time, and Tom's been playing back. And I was like, I think we might be a chance to play. We had 2 contests. He won one, and I won another. So it broke even. But yeah, unreal.
And then, well, I guess that kind of wraps up, footy so far. But we do have one stat to finish on, and I'll let Jord do the honours with this one.
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You are the second player to ever play for the Demons, Blues and Freo after JL's brother Troy.
Is that right?
See, no one, did you know that?
No idea.
Again, another connection. How wild is that?
Yeah, I'll have to tell JL that.
There you go. So we're going to finish on that. That's the end of OMac's football journey. He's going to continue to play for Freo this year. And there we go. And now you can move on to his ATAR if you'd like, George.
No, I thought that was the stat you were talking about. But yes, obviously...
Football, ATAR, unsure.
Obviously, Porter, we've touched on the footy, but there's a bit of personal stuff now we'll get into. And
Brilliant.
We'll kick it straight off with, there's some nice stories about you out there, but can you justify
not
a
the
former
ATAR.
eating habit for us? Apparently you used to just eat plain beef mince.
And also, this was, speaking of your partner, Bridget, you were talking about before. She's absolutely sharp
She's
here.
dobbed me in there. Well, I see all these like bodybuilder influencers eating chicken mince and rice. I said, I was doing that long before you were. No, but when I moved, I came over about a month earlier to Freo to move in, and like had the bare essentials. I had like a single mattress on the ground, borrowed a boardroom table, and kitchen utensils and stuff were very light on, and so I spent that month pretty much eating beef mince and rice
But I heard this started far before.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're just saying
things
this
simple.
is a recent thing.
It worked. It kept me alive. Kept me ticking.
Well, I think this almost links into the story of how you met your partner, Bridget. And actually, I'm not saying I think. I know.
Hey,
it links
we
into
met
the story.
online.
Yes.
What, was she wooed by my cooking abilities or something?
No, so she had some intel before she met you from Max Gawn's wife.
That's right. Well, I didn't. Well, when you said mince and rice, I thought you must have gone straight to Max because he always judges me on that. But yeah, well, Bridget's great friends with Jess, who's Max's wife, and when I shot through a message on a dating app to Bridget, we both actually did a bit of research on each other, and she's gone to Jess and I've gone to Max, so we sort of collided there, and I got some details on her, which she loves cups of tea, sitting around in her robe, etc. And yeah, I love mince and rice. So.
Well, you'd usually message to find out if someone was a serial killer, and you know what? If I heard someone ate plain beef, I'd be thinking they are one.
Yeah, on the right track.
But she's actually sent me the exact message from Jess Gawn here,
God.
and I should give you some insight back. Not what I expected after work, is what she said. So this is Jess Gawn to Bridget. So he often literally just eats beef, mince, and veggies. I don't know about you, but I find that weird. Bridget goes, Jess, what? Jess then goes, no sauce, just cooks up mince. Bridget goes back, no flavouring at all, ? So she was severely concerned by this. And Bridget was just like, hang on, I'll find the message. I was like, sorry, can you just repeat that?
Well, is it concerning that Bridget said, all right, I will go on a date with him after finding out that?
Yeah.
She's almost stitched herself
I
up.
also
couple
want
of misfits
I just want to
coming together.
question Jess though. She's not really helping you out there, is she?
She's pretty much saying,
Just-
don't go out with this bloke.
Just a struggling single man and
Yeah.
firing through a message, and I'm copping this. God.
But anyways, at least you know that it wasn't just a phase. You're still doing it now.
Still doing it now, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit better. Throw in something, maybe a bit of seasoning every now and then we get for dinner.
To spice it up. There you go.
Just add a bit of flavouring. Yeah, nice.
Well,
And
what do you talk about girl dinners? This is my boy dinner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
ATAR score of 99.3, just shy of mine.
99 point.
I actually said, I don't even think Jordan knows what ATAR is.
Yeah.
Sorry, sweetie.
99.2, I'll correct you on that. So.
Oh, we've got 3.
My sister was 99.3.
Oh, that's
But I
a
was,
stitch up.
I was originally 99.1. Sorry, have we got time for
We
this?
do.
Yeah,
yeah,
inflation.
Over time. I was originally 99.1.
Then I started eating plain beef and it actually took it down. Oh, no.
Well, I come out of my physics exam and I said there was a question wrong in that. Like, I was convinced, and normally it's the person who comes out and says it was wrong. Anyway, and then so I got the score, and then and it was funny because my sister was already 99.3, and I was like only 0.2 off her. I wish I had beaten her. And 6 months later, I got a letter in the mail from whoever it was, the VCE or whoever controls that, and they're going,
It was wrong.
this question was wrong. We've had to change all the, sorry, bit of spit, had to change all the results and whatnot. And as a result, your ATAR's changed. I was like, yes, they're going to
I'm going to
give
get
me
to
a
the
bump up, and I'm
99.3.
going to beat my sister and da-da-da. And it went from 99.1 to 99.2. So she still tops me.
Yeah, right. What was your best subject?
Specialist maths.
Yeah.
Sorry, might we just say, that's very impressive.
Yeah, very.
99.2 is very impressive.
People do call me the dumbest smart person they know, so I don't know.
So no street smart,
smarts,
yeah.
Do you know,
Which I'd probably rather.
So what subjects did you do at school then? In ATAR?
I did. Everyone does English, bio, physics, and then I did the 3 math.
Yuck. See, I couldn't think of anything worse.
just loved it, didn't you?
But
Gee,
they
were
all
you
get
good at
marked
maths?
up
Apparently
too.
boys are meant to be better at maths.
I wasn't good at anything at school.
Give him a bat and a ball and he's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
You take that.
Yeah.
Nothing, surely.
A little side story to
Bit
that.
of woodwork or something.
Yeah,
That's
I
what-
love that stuff. But
Hands on.
a little side story to the big porters studying sort of setup.
Yeah.
Jade Rawlings, our backs coach, Twig, actually was talking the other day to me about when Porter was at Melbourne. You know, when young players come in, they actually they work through a few things and go, is he doing too much off field? Let's try and help him. They actually discovered that Porter actually wasn't doing enough uni to keep his mind active. So he had to pick up more classes at uni.
There's a bit of mail on this,
true?
I think.
Is that true?
Well, I did have a year off in between school and getting drafted, and I was like, do I do uni or not? And I didn't do uni. I was actually a teacher's aide intern at the same school I went to. And so then I was already a year behind most people going to uni. I was like, I want to start it straight away, and the club didn't let me. So that's the story behind that. He's probably helped me out and maybe a little bit.
Right. He should have run with it.
Yeah, I would have just been like, absolutely. Like, my brain can handle more.
Yeah.
More than the average person.
Give it everything.
That's crazy, though. So well done.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing. I hope you're putting it to get good use. But anyways, speaking of that brain of yours, you are a bit of a hothead, I heard, as well.
As a kid.
As a kid, sorry. Add that
Street
in.
angel, but a fiery bastard at home.
Street angel.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
Talk us
about
through
that.
this.
The only
I think this is
story-
from your mum as well.
Yeah, the only story I'm thinking of are a couple of knives that get thrown.
That was classic. That happened in our house as well, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Normal.
table tennis. Table tennis between 4 kids, competitive, bats flying everywhere.
Yep.
And I reckon there was one day there was a knife sitting next to the table. I might have piffed it across the room.
When you lost?
Mate, yeah, probably.
In the direction of
In a
which
very
sibling?
rare circumstance that I lost.
Yeah, okay, of course. So it didn't happen often.
No. Hence the frustration.
And which sibling? Everyone.
Tom was the main one, but I think Sasha, my younger sister, copped a lot of it, and still does, to be fair. But we're a good family, but there are
Good family.
as you could imagine. I'm sure
The knives got
injuries.
out.
Or
No,
maybe
to be
not
honest,
knives.
Nathan was actually really calm. I remember though
What's
that
changed?
you need to check the man's pulse. Speaking of you being naughty though, middle finger up in all the photos too.
Yeah. I don't know what was
Was
going
that a
on there.
phase or-
Yeah.
You
It was
still
like
do
the
it now?
sneaky nuts phase or something when you were like adolescent. Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, the middle finger's up in a lot of them. Look like a little gremlin in the back of a photo.
Had a few sneaky nuts by the sounds as well.
No, I never went
You know
through
what?
that one.
Just keep up with the rude finger as opposed to the sneaky nuts, please. Don't bring that back.
And some other little tidbits about you love your tennis. You're
Love
trying to
tennis.
get back into it.
Yep.
Yep.
Contacted a lot of clubs in the last couple of weeks, and no takers.
So have you
It's not
always
letting
played
you in.
tennis?
Nah, not let me in. But it's hard to you're just a person just going down and wanting to have a hit with a bunch
Sure.
of probably old dudes who have always played against each other. But I'll get back into it. Maybe it's an off-season sort of job. But
Yeah.
You have got the length for it. Long levers.
yeah, it rush the net.
Yeah,
Won't get
fantastic.
past me.
This is no surprise, but you love numbers.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
obsessed
I
with
suppose
numbers.
so.
The man's
Yeah.
a
I mean,
three-time mathematician.
3 times. There's been a lot of brain cells burnt since then, though. So
Yeah. And you love to get naked back in the
Oh,
day.
hang on a second.
we've gone from loves numbers, loves to get naked. You know what? You've segued that in by saying the sneaky nuts. Now we know the
I
truth.
set myself up.
Wasn't just
Love-
nuts, the whole ball bag.
Yeah. I have no idea where this has come from, and don't condone public nudity or private nudity for all that matter.
Well, I hope you're not nervous on the podcast anymore because I feel like out of anything, we surely have made you feel comfortable.
Yeah. And we'll keep going. Forget about Elon Musk or Donald Trump on Twitter. Follow Porter. He's got some outstanding tweets.
Please rattle them off, George.
I'll rattle them off. Might watch a movie tonight. Tipping point is an absolute rort. Thai takeaway tonight. I like watching the puddles gather rain. Fresh sheets tonight.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
I reckon this is my favourite. Shepherd's pie tonight, but with beef. So I think that's cottage pie. You went through a 4-day run of just posting your dinner with no caption. What's going on there?
No caption.
Twitter's
here's my dinner.
great. Twitter's just, it's awesome. I don't know. I've had it for a few years, and I remember watching, I don't know, what was the last Olympics? That was Paris 24. So it must have been like 2020. I got Twitter. And we were watching the cycling in the velodrome. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
hectic as, like, and they're overtaking each other. And I was like, need to let the world know this is pretty cool, even though everyone does know it's pretty cool. And so I got Twitter and started just tweeting ever since then. I don't post
actually
anything
like it.
on.
Like, I'm not even taking the mickey here. I'm like, this is going
great.
viral. Like, I hope your Twitter account goes viral after this.
We still got a few more. Moving house today. Remember to lift with your back. Sauna into Parma tonight. Come on.
Come on! with the four ends.
Pickled onions. So good. Notting Hill. Far out. Great movie.
Is a great movie.
Yeah. Some old-timers right there.
That is actually something else.
There are a lot of songs. So there's a few. They're obviously not song lyrics. There was one. I like watching the puddles gather in the rain.
Yep.
That's a song lyric. There's a lot of song lyrics in there.
Well, I reckon just make them now your Instagram captions as well. Like, just bring them all back.
Oh, that's the thing. He doesn't post on Instagram. He's a
Insta-
Twitter man.
It's
Just
very
Twitter.
rare to post on Insta. Probably because, you have to show your face on Insta, and that's not helpful for anyone.
Well, watch this space. If you want more entertainment, just log on to OMac's Twitter account.
Yeah.
Oh God,
That's actually brilliant, though.
it's good fun. It's
Yeah.
good fun.
Yeah, it's very dry.
Connect
humour.
with
It's
the
great.
Freo faithful. They're always on there.
Sauna into Parma.
Come on.
It's a great combo.
Oh, goodness. So we've rattled them off, and now we've got a few more questions to rattle off for you, but they are quick fire, so it will go very fast. We're moving on to getting defensive.
I don't like Freo. I've never liked Freo.
Nah, that's a
There's a lot of feedback on Twitter, so I don't like. I'll
It's
take
all
that
tongue in
back.
cheek.
All right, OMac, round of quick fire as quick as you can, obviously. We're going to start off with coffee order.
Strong latte.
Favourite board game.
Monopoly.
Name another team you follow in another sport.
Storm. Melbourne Storm. Yeah.
Favourite AFL player you used to watch growing up.
Jonathan Brown.
Favourite subject back in school.
Yeah, math.
Morning person or a night person.
Night person.
Go-to pub order.
Parma. Into sauna.
Favourite footy ground to play on.
Adelaide Oval is good.
Worst thing about having a locker next to Pat Voss.
Too much energy sometimes.
Do you face towards the water in the shower or away from it?
Towards and then rotate. And
Nice.
then, yeah,
Which celebrity annoys you the most?
all of them.
What show are you currently watching?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Or Notting Hill. Thank you. Alrighty. Good answers.
So boring answers.
Why do every celebrity annoy you?
I don't know. They always. I don't know. They just seem to be. They just. I actually don't know. That's probably
fair.
unfair on celebrities, but they sort of take the moral high ground. You're like, yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Also, just another gripe that we have on
Monopoly.
this podcast.
Do you actually play
Do
Monopoly?
you actually play
Nah,
it?
but that's what
No,
comes to your head. Who's
see,
sitting down
that-
playing board games
Scrabble.
these days?
We are. Like,
Dictionary.
people are.
Are they?
There are so many others. You know. No one said you know.
That's a card
So
game.
I'd say card. Like,
Oh.
if I was to play a game, it'd be cards. Like, but you only play cards when you go on like a holiday or something because it kills time.
Okay, fair, but it's like, I also just think then maybe just say I don't play board games. And sorry, this is not a dig at you. It's more we have had every guest
Feels like it.
say Monopoly.
Yeah, Emma, ease up.
Yeah, I'm getting mad now. I'm the hothead.
But to be fair, Monopoly is a great game. Like now, I'm thinking about if you were to
If
play
you were
a
to
board
play a
game,
board
as
game, it would
kid,
be that.
It'd
Okay.
probably be Monopoly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? No, you said Jordan likes Scrabble.
Scrabbles. Yeah, it's a good game. What else is there? I don't know.
I actually
would
really
like
liked,
Connect Four be a board game or not?
Oh, I reckon you could
You
could
could-
pass
You
that.
could argue it. Yeah.
I'm like random here, but I loved Cluedo. I just loved
So which one's
murder
Cluedo?
mystery.
Yeah, you
like
are weird. No.
other little characters on the thing, and then you'd find clues on the as
Ah.
you'd move them, and then there's cards that had the clue on them.
What's that game where you have to find out who's like the murderer or whatnot?
That's it.
Oh.
That's like I think it's
Nah,
a
it's not
variation.
No,
Sure.
it's
of
hard. You got to go through all the actual reports.
What
and
is
that.
it?
I bought that. It was too hard for me. I'll bring it in for
It's
you.
you're locked in for a few.
Yeah, it
our
takes a
attention,
long
yeah.
time.
Does it?
Like, it could take a day or two to actually get through it.
I mean, if you haven't
Might
got a
take him an hour.
99.28
but
yeah.
Took me a couple of weeks.
No, anyways, good answers.
Cheers.
All right, moving to our next segment, we are going on to the McFarlane Medal.
Luke McFarlane right on half-time. It's McFarlane! And leaping McFarlane!
OMac. This is our chance to put a spotlight on an incredible defensive moment, play, person, whatever from the weekend's game.
Who would it be? I'll say a person. Sure. I've got one particular action, Lukey Ryan, who I'm assuming pops up a lot on this podcast for this segment, does he?
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just tough as nails. Always gets the job done. Played on Elliott, got the job done there. But there was one, he was sliding back on the far side of the oval spool across the goal side.
That was mine. Awesome. No, I loved it.
Have I stolen that?
So it's so good, though. We can say it twice. That's how good it was.
Double up, yeah.
No, love that. Back with the flight spoil. Incredible.
Yep.
Mine was, I reckon I'm going to go with your brother. I just thought that he had some good moments on the weekend, but particularly that one where he just come back. I mean, I had Lipinski covered, but it's nice to see your wingers jumping in front of you and taking a whack. So.
Self-kudos.
No, I feel like I never pumped again.
I was stone cold done.
But we don't really pump Nathan up, but I would say the week before, hats off to him, he got told he didn't run hard enough defensive, right?
Yeah.
Then rolled into the game on the weekend, and the only stat that he looked at was the Telstra tracker and the work rate defensive stat that they have on there.
Yeah, right.
Nathan won it. So I'm like, as in, not he looked up, we looked at as well, because I was just like, that's what's showing to you. You were getting back, you were helping defensively, your work rate was unreal.
No,
so
he's good. He's going well.
That's fantastic. I was going to say Lukey as well, but I'm trying to think of, to be honest, I thought Banners had a few good moments back as well, some pivotal marks, but I feel like it was a team effort, and the desperation in the last 2 minutes you can give to everyone.
He's been
defensively.
awesome, Banners, ever since coming back. Not often you get someone to just slide into a backline like that after playing forward most of your career, and to do what he's done has been unreal.
That's it. So there you go. There's 3 people. Alrighty, unreal. And then hopefully we see plenty more of that tomorrow against the Eagles. Boys, what are we most looking forward to?
Well, it's Porter's first derby.
Yes.
Yeah. First up. Derby over
Derby,
you,
please, yeah.
Derby
and Parmi,
over,
not Palmer.
I'm pumped. I was actually thinking on the way here, I was like, this is my first derby, and that first sort of 10 minutes, I assume it'll be on, it'll be fiery, and so I can't wait to get out there. Yeah,
just want to shout out to new membership record, 62,494. So hopefully 50,000 of you here tomorrow. That'd be nice. Let's put it on them.
No, it'd be good. 2:15, Optus tomorrow.
Yep. Red Ball.
Let's go. Red Ball.
Yeah, we like a Red Ball.
Come on, the RAC Derby. Get down to it. Otherwise, we're all done. Because we've got to let these boys rest before the big day.
Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Thanks for coming
on.
On.
Pleasure. You're going to give us a tweet?
I'll tweet about the podcast later on tonight.
Jump on that. Perfect.
Better down back.
Thanks for listening. Come on.